Hassan Nayeb Hashem. He's an activist and a medical doctor. From 1983, he's been active in human rights activities. In the past 10 years, he has been very active in defending human rights in Iran, in the country where he resides, in Austria. And in the past few years, he cooperates with an organization that acts as a consultant to the government of Austria on the issue of human rights. The organization name is Südwind, and he will talk to us about Legam step by step to stop death penalty. Thanks to all of you who are dear friends who've participated in this session, and we've actually tried to have people who are victims, families of victims actually, and we wanted to have them part of it to show that life goes on, and also those who are specialists, who are activists in struggling against death penalty, and people who have spent many years of his lives to work against death penalty. And we tried really to have a diverse group of people, and part of these groups that we had is a group that actually decided to establish a new NGO that is called Legam, a step by step to stop death penalty. And what we've done is that we've asked this group of activists to basically introduce us to some of the members to come to this meeting, and unfortunately they were not able to send a representative to this meeting, and they've asked us to basically to speak on their behalf to you, and I've accepted this responsibility, and I'm very humbled to share the views and the ideas and the aims of this organization with all of you. They say that the undersigned here, we believe in the importance of the abolishment of the punishment of death penalty, and we would like to ask for legal procedures to be followed and to be done in these cases. Number one, to create the steps necessary to create a special educational program for those who are accused in our prisons, and to cooperate with to help creating these programs to the juveniles and the children who were underaged, under the age of the penal age. They should not be executed, and because if they were able to understand what they were doing, or they had the mental maturity, they would have not committed that crime. Public execution is one of the most violent and one of the most aggressive and savage way of showing this punishment in public. Stoning the criminals is known as one of the most terrible tortures that is done in a country, and we ask for it to be abolished. 5, the political prisoners and prisoners of conscience, according to their own principles and beliefs, should actually be respected for his principles or for his thoughts. And it's important that each person who is accused in any way should not be executed because of his belief. And for this reason, us, the Iranians who are against these practices, to come together and to participate in this campaign, the campaign of Step by Step to Stop Death Penalty, Legam. Legam is actually the abbreviation of Step by Step to stop death penalty. So the the founders of this initiative, Mr. Babak Ahmadi is a writer and a translator, Simin Babani is a writer and poet, Ali Reza Jabbari is a writer and a translator, Fariborz Raisdana is an economist and a political activist, Parveen Fahimi is a human rights activist, the mother of Sohrab Rabi, who was one of the persons who were killed in the protest of 2009. Ismail Muftizadeh is a human rights activist. Muhammad Malaki is a political activist and the former president of the University of Tehran. Muhammad Nourizadeh is a writer, filmmaker, who is one of the most important human rights activists in the country, and a number of great people who are participating in this campaign, and some of the people who have become lately very famous in our country. We can talk about Mrs. Nasrin Sotoudeh and Mr. Jafar Panahi. Both of them are the human rights Sakharov Prize winners, and Narges Mohammadi is the Vice President of the Organization for the Defendant of Human Rights, Mrs. Shirin Ebadi, Nobel Peace Prize laureates. And these are some of the, and Farideh Murad Khani is one of the human rights activists and activists in environmental subjects. These are some of the friends who have actually signed this petition, and we also have other people. Mr. Amir Khosravi. These people have actually want to actually show their protest against the execution of some of the friends who were executed and whose names were mentioned today in the panel. Some activists went to visit Mrs. Samere Ali Nejad. Mrs. Samere Ali Nejad and her husband Abdel Ghani Hossein Zadeh. They are the parents of one of the people who were executed. These activists went and visited the parents of this person, and these were the parents who were actually, their son was killed by another young boy, and they've actually forgiven the murder of their son. And these parents were actually visited by these activists to acknowledge what they've done, to thank them for what they've done. And these people have actually, many of the activists in Legam, they try to step by step to create, basically to lift off these limitations from people's mentality, and that we have a culture that is more forgiving, and in the world that we live, not only in our country but in the whole world. Thank you very much.